Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Cryptechology. So we're going to talk about Helium, the FreedomFi prepare for massive DIY 5G network. So we have an article created by Mike Dano here, and we're going to give him his props all day, every day like we do. He's created an article, or written an article rather, that we're going to share with you all because maybe some people don't like reading, and then you can just sit back, drink some coffee, sip your tea, do whatever, and listen to my lovely voice. And I am so sorry. I am going to close that. Yeah, we're gonna have to close that. Okay, so we can finish this up. You know, guys, you don't want to hear all those notifications going off during the video. All right, so let's get to it. We're not gonna do my normal intro rants or anything like that. We're just gonna get to it because I have a lot of work, some other things I want to get to. So that being said, let's share the news with everybody else. So if you're new to this channel, I'm Simon. This is Cryptechology. I'm here to help bridge the gap between crypto and you. We're building the IoT network of the future, and I am your Helium G. So, FreedomFi and its manufacturing partners are in the midst of building 20,000 small cells that will form the basis of what company CEO Boris Rensky expects will be the largest CBRS-based neutral host networks in the US. We're fairly certain there's going to be sufficient demand for the network, he said. To put that figure into perspective, Verizon is hoping to operate around 30,000 small cells in its own network by the end of the year. The FreedomFi network will introduce a new and very different 5G business model into the US market. So DIY stands for do it yourself. This is backed by cryptocurrency. If you're completely unaware of how Helium is doing this, well, they're incentivizing the community with the cryptocurrency token HNT. So FreedomFi's customers plan to activate their own 5G transmitters using radio equipment purchased from the company's partners working in the unlicensed 3.5 GHz CBRS spectrum band. The resultant network can either be used for private purposes, for example, a hotel can build it for its own employees, or it can be opened up to the other FreedomFi customers and partners, thus creating a kind of community-owned roaming setup. It's that second use case that really represents a new element in the telecommunications industry. FreedomFi has partnered with a startup called Helium that essentially rewards people for setting up their own network. We're not just setting up our own network, we're building the IoT network of the future. This is the people's network. This is a community network. So everybody can get the benefits of what? Sensor data. So we can establish preventative data solutions. And at PSB Advanced Technology, co-founded by yours truly, is building the infrastructure and helping to create this coverage and new coverage zones so people, small businesses, friends, families, doesn't matter, can start using that network today with maybe a temperature sensor, a GPS sensor, an air quality sensor, an ultrasonic sensor, a water leak sensor, any type of LoRAWAN sensor. You can think about it, you can dream about it, it will be there. It's happening now. Not tomorrow, not next year, but now. We're building a network and we are enhancing our community to the next level. Moving on. So, we're setting up this network, right, by, this partnered with a startup called Helium, all right? So, it does so by paying them in its own cryptocurrency, like I said before. we get incentivized by HNT, the Helium network tokens. Meaning, if one user roams onto another user's network, Helium pays that network operator for the traffic. Helium, for years, has been operating this kind of cryptocurrency-backed DIY network using the LoRa standard for IoT. IoT stands for the Internet of Things. Indeed, IoT writer Stacy Higginbottom said she has made 15,000 with her Helium hotspot, quote-unquote miner. Let's call them hotspots, okay? So, now, what's FreedomFi? How do they come in the picture, and what is this all about? So, FreedomFi's equipment is helping Helium expand its network, the people's network. You see, we're working on becoming a fully decentralized wireless network. And for that to happen, well, of course, we need to have multiple opportunities and multiple type of networks. With 5G, it comes with a different type of hardware requirement. Whereas LoRaWAN, the hotspots that are currently out on the network right now, is what's allowing us to have the network infrastructure in place for sensor data. But now, moving on to FreedomFi with 5G, that hardware is totally different from LoRaWAN. It's a different type of strategy, but it does fall under the category as becoming a decentralized wireless network opportunity for anybody to get involved. So FreedomFi's equipment, Helium, is expanding that structure into the 5G realm. Rensky of FreedomFi said that the companies received 10,000 small cell orders in the 4 days of pre-sales, and I'm one of them, after they announced their plan in April. He said FreedomFi's manufacturing partners, which he declined to name because, come on, we can't do all that, are in the process of building 20,000 5G ready small cells the company plans to ship this year. Hint, hint, we're going to get started very, very soon, like September soon. Rensky said shipments of those small cells are expected to start sometime this month and continue through the rest of 2021. Rensky wouldn't identify any of the customers who purchased FreedomFi small cells, but said they include individuals and companies. Importantly, he said that several unnamed NVNOs plan to support roaming onto the network that FreedomFi is supplying, meaning the customers who purchase and install FreedomFi's equipment stand to get paid through Helium's cryptocurrency for that MVNO traffic onto their 5G sites. However, FreedomFi's sites won't be open to everyone with a CBRS compatible phone. Instead, each user service provider, whether that's Verizon or Comcast or Consumer Cellular or some other carrier, must first implement a roaming arrangement with FreedomFi and Helium. So you need to come and communicate with us, communicate with the People's Network, become the example, become the leader in breaking that ice, breaking that boundary, and collaborating with the community so we can enhance our future self, enhance our technology, enhance our world, the network infrastructure to the next level. There's a large community of individuals that are super excited to get started, and they're looking for that support. And if you can provide that support with an agreement to utilize the CBRS service, the roaming arrangement, well, let's get going and communicate that with your team so we can go ahead and get started on the right foot. You've seen the exponential growth LoRAWAN has done and this growth that Helium has done with their strategy on sensor data. Just imagine that same type of growth with 5G. And you can be a part of it by taking the first step. So to all those MVNOs out there that are thinking about 5G and all those, telco big companies that want to implement 5G but maybe, are like, I don't know if this is good for the bottom line. Well, you have a community already waiting and eager to get started, to start building this infrastructure so we can all win. Not just you, but all of us. Give us all the opportunity to level up, the chance to change our life, the chance to strive towards financial freedom, a way to escape the rat race, or at least to create a new business. There's been so many changes going on in the world right now with inflation and with career changes because of the pandemic. You can be that bridge to actually change someone's life. And I probably could promise you, whoever's the first one to do it, well, you'll probably get the most rep and community support. Not just for 5G, but probably with anything else you offer. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. So, let's get back to this article. FreedomFi sites won't be open to everyone. Okay? So we already figured that out. The CBRS compatible phones needs to have an agreement in place by their service providers so they can take advantage of the roaming arrangement. Rensky said FreedomFi is currently selling an indoor small cell for around $1,500 that should cover roughly 3 times the range of a Wi-Fi hotspot and can support speeds up to 150 megabits per second. He said the company expects to launch an outdoor small cell for around $2,000 that can provide connections up to several miles away and can support speeds up to 220 megabits per second. Both of these gadgets require a connection to the FreedomFi gateway that costs around $1,000. Rensky said installing the gadgets is more like installing a Wi-Fi access point than a massive macro cell tower. We're creating a new opportunity. We're creating a new network. We are working on complementing the current infrastructure with sensor data using LoRaWAN and now CBRS 5G roaming. You can be part of this movement, and I can't wait to collaborate with you. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cryptechology. I'm Simon, co-founder and CTO of PSB Advanced Technology, where we bridge the gap between crypto and you. Let's continue to build the IoT network of the future, where we deploy hotspots and create new coverage zones. So what? So we can enhance your future self. Alright guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and share this video with others so, the whole YouTube thing can work. Alright.